The Tennis Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast. That's the wrong show. Sorry, my bad.
Whatever.
My bad. It's fine. I'll fix it. The Propcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshevik, real money predicting sports. Kalsh is available in every state, and you also get $20 for free when you sign up with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi promo code SGPN. And welcome, everyone, to the Propcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. Currently, Wednesday afternoon, February 4th, around 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Here for the final football episode of the season. Here, it is Super Bowl episode time. So Adam and I are back. We did add more plays because of the extravaganza. So instead of 3 plays each, we have 5 plays each for the upcoming Super Bowl game between the Patriots and the Seahawks. Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
It's good. Yeah, shit, it's here. It's been a big season. We've had some fun. We've had some good times. We've had some bad times. But let's get into it. I got some stuff I'm excited about. And now I'm just ignoring people on email.
That's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I know last episode we, of course, did an episode for the hockey and NBA card. And I swept, so it felt pretty good. So I can't complain there.
I don't know. Mine are always like plus money, so I got to remember if I was 1 and 2. Let me look. I think it was either 1 and 2.
Once again, since your odds are always plus money, that does, of course, impact.
It always works out. Let me just look. I'm gonna peep this because I actually bet those ones pretty legally. So let me just see. The hockey last night was a heater.
Yeah, it was.
Well, first of all, we won our underdog. So like that was that one. Yeah. Kairu shots hit. Sardif points did not hit. Quinn goals did not, but it was like plus 270, and then we won the underdog. So you did well.
Yeah,
you know?
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So once again,
and if you've been following us for forever, you're up. Well, first of all, over the last month, you would be up if you just tailed me and our underdogs, well, which is also kind of you. You'd be 26, 24, and 3, plus 36% ROIs, plus 16 units.
There you go.
Since the beginning of time of you and I doing official shows together, which is almost a year, you'd be up 70 units.
70. That's really, really good.
That's really, really good.
There you go. Point is, though, once again, the last episode worked out pretty well, so we'll try to keep it rolling here for the Super Bowl. Do want to remind everyone once again before we get into the actual props that you can check out the Sports Game Podcast, the Mothership Show, of course, with Sean and Kramer, giving out 60 bets for Super Bowl 60. So if you see, once again, 10 bets on this show and say 10, I plan on betting that like in the first quarter, then, you have more options because Kramer and Sean are giving away or mentioning 60 bets if you want to add to your total. Anyway, starting off with the actual props here for the Super Bowl. Adam, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your first prop for the game?
So yeah, there's a look. You're going to probably hear crossover with stuff that Kramer and Sean have said because all of us are just kind of thinking about this the same way. All right, so we're going to start off with a fun one. Total touchbacks under 3.5, minus 135. Those of you who know me know that I won't take something that has this much juice unless I really, really like it. And I really like it. So touchbacks, first of all, you're not going to probably get that on kickoffs because that just doesn't make sense to give up that kind of field position. And then, so that moves us to the punters and the league average on total percentage of punts that are a touchback was 7.7%. Bryce Behringer was average. Michael Dickinson was below average, 5.8, 24th in the league. So that being said, I expect a lot of punts. Don't expect a lot of touchbacks on those punts. Again, you're giving up 20 yards of field position. If you do this, both of these coaches don't want to do that. So under 3.5 total touchbacks, minus 135.
Yeah, and just to be clear, that does include kickoffs, correct?
Okay, but I'm eliminating the possibility of them on kickoffs just simply because like maybe one will happen or do something, but like the landing zone has kind of eliminated any of that, and there isn't a lot of incentive. There's no incentive to do a touchback on a kickoff anymore.
Yeah, you lose 5 yards.
You lose 5 yards. Yeah.
So yeah, I was just confirming that it does include kickoffs as well. You said it was minus 130.
Minus 135.
Cool. So moving on to my first one.
By the way, we should say where we're finding these because people because stuff's all over the place. That was on DraftKings.
I'm trying to think if I even remember where I found half these things.
I know where you found them. I know. So
Okay, because I usually just use one of the platforms and I just pick the best odds one, but I didn't write it down. So that's unfortunate. Next time I could write some stuff down. For my first prop, though, I'm going to go with Matt Collins. Give me the over 24.5 receiving yards at -122. He's had at least 28 receiving yards in 9 of the last 11. He came back for the AFC title game after missing 4 games with injury, and he was second in the team in snaps for receivers. So the fact is they like Collins, and I do think he'll be on the field. Big play guy. Thought about maybe going for the longest reception instead, but I decided that the number was so low, I was going to take his regular yards instead. I'll mention Diggs in a second. Diggs has not been very good so far this postseason. Hollins has been a pretty steady piece in this offense. 24.5 yards in theory could go over in 1 catch, but he has gone over this in 9 of the last 11. Give me Matt Collins over 24.5 receiving yards at -122.
Yep, I like that one. That one is actually shop around because it's moved up in some places, but I do like that bet a lot. Look, he averaged 30. When he plays, he averages like 37 yards a game. And he's gone over this, like you said, in nearly in all but looks like all but 4 games this year. 3 of them were early in the season. So
yeah,
I think that he's the one that they're going to have to use for big play potential.
And yes, I know that it was a very good run script last game because Denver couldn't complete a pass basically in the second half in the weather and all.
Neither could Drake May.
So. The point is, I know that Hollins is a good blocking receiver, and that is why he also played a lot of snaps. That's not really the point. The point I'm trying to make is that off injury for a month, he had the second most snaps on the team for receivers. So they didn't ease him into anything. They just said, we like you on the field. You're going to keep playing. So I do like the opportunity there. Give me the over on his receiving yards.
No, they like him. If you want to, first of all, you're going to resurface a Kramer talking point. It was that he's out there for blocking, so he's always out there on the field. But he's also going to be covered by probably by Josh Jobe, who is the weakest of all the cornerbacks. And also just he's the guy that they're going to look for on some play action. I think it's a solid play for a receiver who overall is mid, but they like a lot.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Anyway, moving on to your second play. What do you like?
Second play I'm going to do a Darnold, Sam Darnold under 20.5 pass completions, -116. Took it on DK. Under in 12 of 19 games this year. This is correlated to the win versus loss. This is correlated. Well, first of all, it's correlated to wins. He was under it in all but 2 wins this year. And it's heavily correlated to the under, which I also think happens when they score above 47 points, constantly hits over this. When they score under 47 points, it doesn't. So I don't think that this game's going to have that many points. Certainly not in the 40s. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm kind of looking at this game. So Darnold under 20.5 pass completions, -116 for me.
Yeah. If you want to ask for my total, so to speak, I think it gets either high 30s or low 40s. Like, I think it goes under the number 2. So yeah,
it's heavily
I think
correlated with that too.
Not to mention the fact whichever team's going to be leading in the fourth quarter might be trying to drain some clock and just run the ball, that kind of stuff. So
you got turnover prone quarterbacks. They're not going to really run a risk, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And then moving on to my next play, I'm going to go with a very degen play. Backup running back under time. We're going to go with George Holani, who's the new replacement for Charbonnet. Give me the longest rush under 5.5 yards at +100. So Holani this season has barely been involved at all because he was the third stringer. He's gone under this number in 7 of his last 9 games. He's the pass catcher on this team, kind of like the Ty Johnson on this roster by comparison to Buffalo, for example. They barely ever let him run the ball. His carries in this game are set at 2.5, and he had 3 rush attempts last game, so keep that in mind. The Patriots have also been incredible against the run recently, and the Patriots this season are allowing the 5th fewest rushing yards per game. But Holani's solely there for pass catching. Kenneth Walker should be on the field a lot for them in this game. And I do think 5.5 for longest rush is actually a pretty high-ish number for a guy who, one, has not been very effective on the ground this season. Second of all, they're against a good front against the run. And third of all, once again, his rushing attempts line is set at 2.5. So I'm going to go with Helani, longest rush under 5.5. If you want to go for his overall yards at 10.5, I can understand that too. But there is a chance maybe he ends up with like 4 or 5 carries and that ends up going over based on volume. But I do think getting 6 yards in general for this guy is actually a lot for one run. Give me the under on Helani, longest rush at plus 100.
Take it.
It's very, very degen. It's very degen, but I like it. So there you go.
No. It's totally fine. I mean, look, he did it a couple times this year, but it's also, I mean, it's good tying to my next prop, but it's very good. It's a solid rush defense. Very like when it comes to running the ball, like this is a solid rush defense. So I'm a fan.
And I don't think Helani's very good. So that's kind of my combo.
Well, I think he hasn't gotten a lot of snaps. I don't think he's not.
I think he's a very solid receiving back. I think that.
I mean,
he's
I don't know.
Not.
We have a really small. Have you seen him play a lot?
I compared him to. I watched him in college.
Okay,
I liked him in college a lot, but that's because went to Washington State, didn't he?
I don't know. Like that's what I'm asking you. I didn't know who he was.
I think he went to Washington.
I didn't know
State.
you were just hating on him.
No. He went to Boise. Sorry, he went to Boise. Oh, that's right. I didn't like him at Boise at all. That's right, because he was the guy who was starting, and then Genti showed up, and then he ended up getting a couple of.
Oh, so he lost it. That's all the stuff you.
No, but I remember watching him at Boise, and I just wasn't very impressed. I don't know why I thought he was at Washington State, but either way, once again, it's more of a matchup thing for me too. But segueing into your prop, because the Patriots' run defense has been really, really good for the last couple of months.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm going to go with Kenneth Walker under 18.5 rush attempts. There's only one game this season when Milton Williams has played, who is fantastic run stopper in the middle, former Eagle, where the Pats gave up 18 plus rush attempts, and that was week 1, and that was against Genti. So I don't expect that to be happening.
And the Raiders won that game. That was week 1 of the season, wasn't it?
That was so weird.
Yeah.
For the script of the season, so weird. So yeah, they've done a really good job of holding folks into that, and yeah. So I like there's stuff that Walker can't do. Again, I don't see a lot of points. I think that there's going to be interesting ways the ball does get moved, but for him to have 19, he had only had it like these last 2 games because of this workhorse thing. But this is not a good matchup for this. So under 18.5 rush attempts for Kenneth Walker.
The only pushback I'll have for you on the prop there is I know since you sent me your plays, you are picking a Seattle victory, and you're picking a pretty, I'd say, convincing one. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, but that didn't impact my stuff on because this is the second prop I put in.
No, correct. My argument though is if you end up getting the script that you want, that would promote a lot of Walker carries in fourth quarter time,
or it wouldn't, or it would just.
I'm saying even if he's inefficient, that would promote a decent amount of.
It's just not about efficiency. Like they're not like for it. It's just even in their wins that doesn't happen. Like even they've blown out teams all season, and that's just not like what they do with it. They end up actually. For mistakes of their own, they end up doing like short passes to tight ends to run the clock.
Yes, but part of that's also them giving carries to Charbonnet, and that's no longer a thing. So that's kind of why
I agree. I agree, and that's fine. Maybe you get it with Lonnie. I mean, Cam Akers is on this team, is on there too. Cam Akers has tons of experience.
Jets a legend, Cam Akers. What's that? People forget Jets a legend.
Jets legends, dude. Rams Super Bowl legend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been with Darnold 2 different teams, 2 different seasons. He was on the Vikings last year. Yeah, it's just it's not I don't have a 20 carry game in.
It's fine. I was just mentioning potential game script. I think could be a problem, but based on the hit rates and everything, it makes sense.
Yeah, it just does make sense. I mean, also looking at like the time, do you want to flip it around on the other way? It's just. Like Helani's there too. It's just there isn't a lot of there. If they're up by a bunch, Kenneth Walker is probably not the one they're using to run out the clock.
I think he would be because I don't know who else.
I don't think he would be. I think that they're not going to run him for this. They're up big. They're up by 21 points.
I mean that's massive, but yes,
that's not massive. The Eagles were up by 21 points last year.
Okay,
so I mean. In that game, got to remember that Kenneth Walker's ability is that they use him for a play act. What they want to use Kenneth Walker for is for play action.
I get it. I'm just saying I do think it could potentially go against your game script for this matchup. That's all I'm saying.
Well, okay. I mean,
we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. I don't. I mean,
18.5 is a big number.
I don't agree because even when you factor out like in the history, like with Charbonnet hasn't played, like he still doesn't hit this. Like he's literally like
a big number. I'm just saying it could, but we'll see what happens. So
yeah, I mean, it's just in that game script. So your game, like you're saying, like the game script, like the game script of them. I mean, my game script is of them winning. Like, yes, sure, if they win convincingly, that's fine. But
before you sent it to me, by the way, my prediction was Seattle by 7.
Oh, I think they win by more than that.
I'm saying my prediction was Seattle winning by a touchdown. You had more than that, but same idea.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this: that like there are a lot of ways. Like the Kenneth Walker. First of all, Kenneth Walker is getting 20 carries if they're in a competitive game, in my opinion, not if they're running out the clock.
Okay. All right.
They have like this team. This team carries multiple dudes that run the ball.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here. So that's fine.
That's fine.
Cool. Yeah. Anyway,
then don't bet it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no. I'm just throwing. I'm just once again. I'm just throwing out some counters.
Fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Anyway, before we get into the rest of our props, a reminder that we're brought to you by our sponsor, Avo. You can make more money betting on sports with Avo. It's AVO, so it's the best sports betting tool that helps you by spotting arbitrage and plus CV opportunities. And a reminder, if you don't know what that means, that's fine. They have step-by-step video guides to teach you how to do all that stuff. A reminder, though, get started at avo.bet. Use code SGPN for $18 off. It's avo.bet, code SGPN for $18 off your purchase. We're also brought to you by Kalshi, real money prediction market available in every state. Tons of trading options for the big game, including sides, totals, props, halftime performances, and more. A reminder, besides sports, they also have other markets like politics, entertainment, and even the weather. And if you are new to Kalshi, great sign-up deal courtesy of us. $20 for free when you sign up with the code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, code SGPN for a free $20 at sign-up at Kalshi. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finish going through the first couple props that we have for the Super Bowl. Time to move on into my third play. Said before, I was backing Hollins because I was going to fade another Patriots receiver. I am going to fade Stephon Diggs. I'm going for the longest reception, under 17.5 yards at -114. Diggs has been very vocal to the media about proving people wrong, that he is not totally washed. And then you look at his stats, and you realize he might be totally washed because he's done absolutely nothing so far this postseason. He has not had a 15-plus yard catch this entire postseason. You're also looking at the Seahawks being quite good against wide receivers. They're allowing the second fewest receiving yards per game to opposing wide receivers. Diggs, though, has been a very, I'd say, solid security blanket. In other words, a check down magnet for about 5 yards every time. He has not stretched the floor out at all, stretched the field out at all this entire postseason. I think 17.5 yards is actually massive for a guy that has done nothing this entire playoffs. If you want to go for his regular receiving yards at about 43.5, whatever, I don't mind that either. But I also can see a game where Diggs is going to be the possession receiver who gets you 5 catches for like 30-something yards. But I don't see the massive 20-plus yard gain for me here. I'll go for Stephon Diggs, the longest reception, under 17.5 at -114.
Yeah, I mean, the pushback I just have on it is just that Seattle has, by design, they're giving up the highest ADOT.
Okay.
And if the Patriots are having the trouble moving the ball like they will, he'll just get the volume. He's going to have a lot of volume, and he's also the 2-minute drill thing. So there's that possibility. I mean, I think it's fine. It's also one of those ones that's heavily correlated to L's for the Pats. So like when they win, he's gone over this. When they've lost, it's like he's under in 3 or 4. So yeah, it's another same one of those things. I mean, it feels like to me, I agree. It's kind of a massive number based on what he does. Like I don't know. I don't exactly know how he gets that outside of like 2-minute offense.
He's not the deep ball guy because they have Hollins.
He just isn't. Like maybe if they line him up on the outside and there's
either that or maybe a slant or some broken play.
It just doesn't feel like that. Feels like much more of like what Mac Hollins would be used
That's why
for.
I'm staying away from the actual total receiving yards, because I can see a nickel and dime scenario where Diggs ends up with 5 catches for maybe 40-something yards. But I don't exactly see the massive catch for 20 yards or so. 17.5 just feels high when he hasn't had 17 for about a month.
It's what's weird is I did have a Diggs thing. So his would you consider this a primetime game?
I know that he's great at primetime, but
he's just like shows up on that for whatever reason.
See, I'm going to ask you though, when you say primetime, does the actual environment matter, or is it only night games that you're talking about?
I think it's nationally televised games.
Because he's done nothing the entire playoff, so I don't know if that immediately like throws a wrench into what you're
nationally.
Talking about.
It doesn't. I mean, I think Drake May's hurt and whatever it is. I mean, to me, I get it. He's a volume guy. The only concern I have is the 2-minute offense.
No, I get it. He's the number one receiver on a team that once again.
I don't think he's the number one receiver.
Well, based on targets, isn't he number one?
Yeah, sure, but that's how fantasy people do.
No.
I'm not saying. I don't think
Diggs is very good. I'm just saying he could get the targets to go over this. I just think that it's not what he does. So I'll go with
no. I agree. I mean, it's on 2 weeks rest. He's gone over it 2 of his last 3 times. I mean, I don't know.
Wait, 2 of his last. So what is that like?
So off by
2023. Like what years?
One was 2021. One was 2022.
Fantastic. Okay, cool.
and then 2023.
Okay, cool. But either way, give me the Diggs longest reception under 17.5. Moving on to your next play. What do you like?
I'm just also looking at the wide receivers. Like everybody goes under. Oh, that's the. Let me see the longest one. Yeah, like it looks fine. I mean, I'm also just like in my
Well, it has seconds. Sorry, I'm reading. Just Anthony Davis got traded to the Wizards.
Oh yeah, they like completely swapped rosters.
The hell? Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry, I got sidetracked here, but
no, I get it. Do you need it? Do you want to comment?
No, I'll save it for the NBA show. Actually, I'm not on the NBA show tonight. I just wasn't paying attention. You turn your back for 1 second on NBA news, and Anthony Davis gets traded. Whoops. Okay, my bad.
By the way, yeah, man, like nobody goes. Even Derrick Henry didn't even go over this number against the Pats in that rush attempt thing. That's the last point I'm going to make on this. Like, there's guys who are bigger workhorses in general. So, anyway, so okay. So my next one, what am I on? How many props have I given out? 3?
You went first, so I believe this is your 4th.
Okay. Drake May under 90.5 passer rating. That is on Caesars. I like it down to 87. For
the record, by the way, I tried to bet this, not kosher in my state, so I tried.
Well, why didn't you tell me that?
I realized that. I think I just forgot about it, but I did look. I looked it up a couple days ago. I forgot about it.
Oh, okay. Well, for those of you who can bet it, Seahawks have only given up an over 90.5 passer rating to 6 QBs in 19 games, and only one of them was not named Matthew Stafford since week 7. And the person was Cam Ward, and he got 91. Turnovers are very bad for your passer rating, and I expect Drake May to have fumbles and other things like that. I think this is a nice way to fade him. So give me Drake May under 90.5 passer rating. -115.
Yeah, I like the play. Once again, he has not been very good this postseason. It just hasn't mattered. So I do think that it's a pretty high number. And Seattle's defense is good. I mean, Seattle's defense, would you argue, is top 3 in the league?
Sixers traded Jared McCain to the OKC for the Rockets first.
Okay, you got a late first-round pick
and 3 second-round picks.
Well, to be fair, the Thunder have 45 draft picks. So.
I understand that, but they got the Rockets' first-round pick this year. So now the Sixers have 2 first-round picks this year.
No. I like the move. I mean, McCain I think is good, but I don't know if he has a role in this team.
They sent him down to the Blue Coast.
I know, and they called him up because Paul George takes drugs. So that's the only reason why he's on the team right now. But yeah, okay, you made a move. There you go. You made one more move than my team did. But yeah, 90.5 does feel pretty high. Would you agree Seattle's defense is top 3 in the league? You think it's better than that? Is 3 conservative? Are they like the best defense in the league?
I think it's the best defense.
I think it's the best defense in the league.
Yeah,
okay, cool. There we go. Moving on, though, to my next play. I'm going to go to Kenneth Walker. Give me the over 2.5 catches at -119. He's had at least 3 catches in 4 of his last 5. Patriots allow a bunch of receptions to running backs. They're allowing the 6th most receptions per game to running backs. I believe RJ Harvey had 4 in the AFC title game. And a reminder, their quarterback couldn't complete a pass the entire second half. I think it's a good spot. I think that Walker will be on the field a lot, and New England does once again struggle to actually cover running backs. Give me Walker over 2.5 catches minus 119.
Yep. Nope. I think he'll have a lot of, like, that's the other reason why I don't like the rush attempts.
It's dink and dunk stuff. It's fun.
It's also the reason why I don't like his rush attempts is because they use short yardage on this shit. And like, I think it's a great way that they're going to be using him a lot. I have the sidebar that I have Walker over 20.5 receiving yards and minus 110. New England has been the best in the playoffs against opposing ADOT. Walker's over this which means they have the lowest, which lends itself to some dinking and dunking. Walker is over this in 3 of his last 4. And not counting the Denver game where they didn't really have a QB. The 5 of the last 6 running backs went over their receiving yards against the Patriots. So Kenny Walker over 20.5 receiving yards minus 110.
Yeah, well, I mean, once again, it goes with what I have with the reception, so I like it. There you go. Moving on to my next play, I am going to go with a defensive prop because why not? Give me Jalen Hawkins. I'm going to go with his under 4.5 tackles and assists at plus 112. He's had less than 5 tackles and assists in 5 straight games. Seattle, they do allow a bunch of solo tackles to safeties, but they really don't allow many assists. They're allowing the 8th fewest assists per game to opposing safeties. But simply put, Hawkins recently has not done anything when it comes to tackling, and I think that this number is pretty generous at plus 112. I get the matchup can be a bit up and down because the solo tackles are there for safeties, but the assists are not against Seattle. But I do think 4.5 at plus 112 is a very good price. Give me Hawkins under 4.5 tackles and assists at plus 112. There you go.
Yep, I have a defensive prop, but it's not part of my main ones. It's part of some other ones.
Yeah, we could save that for the miscellaneous, but I wanted to throw in a defensive prop because why not? So there you go. Moving on to you already gave out your 5, correct?
I think so.
Because you went first. So that should be
I gave out my 5. Yeah.
Cool. So moving on to the miscellaneous section right on cue. What is your defensive prop that you like?
So I like Drake Thomas over 5.5 tackles and assists. Again, so he's one of the linebackers, and I don't like the fact that he's the best linebacker in terms of performance. He's over in the 2 playoff games, but because of the way that New England plays, so they love to use tight ends and they love to do short yardage stuff, linebackers pick up a lot of tackles and a lot of assists. I think that this number is pretty low for that. Also could be some runs that get in there. The 4 straight linebackers have gone over their tackles and assist number against the Patriots. That would be everybody that they faced in the playoffs. So I think this is a great matchup. It is minus 104. When I gave it to you and texted you about it a week ago, it was plus 116. But yeah, so Drake Thomas over 5.5 tackles and assists. He is on Seattle.
And what did you say the number was now?
It's even money.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want for miscellaneous? I know that there's a bunch of other stuff. GameStop, whatever.
So I like Stevenson receiving stuff just like everyone else does, but I found a better way to play it. I took Helani. This is all 3 of these guys. I took Helani, Stevenson, and Walker. I did half a unit on each for race to 20 receiving yards. Just because I think both teams are going to kind of use these like mid-range kind of dudes. So Helani's 28-1, Stevenson's plus 17-20, and Walker is 16-1. For any of those 3 to get to 20 receiving yards first, I think we all like their receiving capability in this game. I did each of those. Hopefully one of them hits. If not, whatever. But I think that's the race to X number of yards thing. I liked that the most.
It's always a fun prop market.
Yeah. We crushed it last year with what's his name? Devonta Smith. We just smoked that Super Bowl. It was great.
We did. It was a hell of a time.
Yep.
And we smoked the playoffs because Worthy got there for long.
And Worthy got there on that last play of the game. It was great.
Shout out to him.
Yep.
Anything else you want to share? If you want to throw in your Seattle alt lines, you can do that too. If you want.
Sure. I think Seattle wins going away.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of value on it. I like over 7.5 punts.
Okay.
I don't love a lot in this game.
Compared to other Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both teams have pretty solid defenses.
I want to say last year we had like, I don't even know how many bets we had. 40, we had 50.
We had a lot. Well, we also had, there was like, the offenses were like, you had a total.
No, I know. You had a bunch of points expected and a bunch of whatever. I'm saying I think we had like 40 or 50 bets last year. I feel like this year we have like, what, mid-20s?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Like a massive reduction.
We also took a nice win on, we had the exacta for the Pats.
Oh, no. Yeah, we had that too.
You know, and so like, it was kind of nice to do that. There's just not a lot I love, you know, and it's hard for me to just really, like, I have May INT, like I have a lot of that stuff, but you know, it's just
the May INT got a bit expensive.
What is it now?
I think it was like 140.
Really? Oh man.
I know you sent it to me at 120, but yeah. I was looking and it's like 140 now.
Damn. Yeah, I just don't know if there's just going to be a ton of score even on either side. Like I respect both of these defenses. So.
Yeah. I'll ask you a question before we officially move on to best bets. Any long shot Super Bowl MVP consideration?
I did Hunter Henry at 110-1 and I used a free bet for it. Let me look. I liked that because, like, you know, I think that there's a way that it gets to minus 150. Dang. I still think it's going to happen.
Wait, what's minus 150?
I think he's talking about the INT.
Oh. It keeps going up.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's because we all keep giving it out. All right. Let's see. What do we got for MVP? I'm just going to use the green book for this. And so if you find better numbers, great. Let me look. Starting. Okay. So. I'm looking at long, like a triple.
I'm putting you on the spot here, but I feel like people.
No, I'm looking at triple digit stuff. Okay, so I got a fun one. I got a couple fun ones. Drake May's really hurt.
Okay.
And he gets knocked out of the game. Lands on his shoulder first quarter. Josh Dobbs comes in. Can I interest you in Josh Dobbs MVP at 120-1?
I'm good.
Okay.
But I like where your head's at, though.
Okay.
It's creative.
By the way, Drew Lock has shorter odds than he does.
Fantastic.
Cooper Kupp's not because he's already won that. So the odds are more interesting on the Patriots side. Like I see a world where Marcus Jones could win MVP. Because
I actually thought about him or Shaheed if they take like a punt back or there's something that goes on.
I mean, it's just like the things to have it happen are just. Like Marcus Jones is a little more interesting to me than Rashid Shaheed because it's just like, because like Marcus Jones could like have a pick six,
100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Between those two, I would rather take Jones, but I think we saw eye to eye for
like the Patriots. The Patriots long shot MVP guys are just way more interesting. Like, do you want Kenneth Walker at 8-1?
No, not really.
Do you want Emma Worry at 75-1?
No, not really. Seattle feels pretty top heavy. It feels like
really
it's going to be Darnold, Smith-Njigba,
Jones,
or Kenneth Walker.
Like has a Von Miller type thing.
I was going to throw in my fun long shot is DeMarcus Lawrence at 100-1, but I don't even feel great.
I don't even know if I love that. So yeah.
100-1 if he has a Von Miller type game is my long shot choice. He had that one game against, who was it, Arizona? He had like 2 separate recovery touchdowns in one game. Like there was a chance maybe he goes Von Miller.
Ernest Miller is the same. Ernest Jones is that same.
Yeah, same idea.
Same idea.
I think that DeMarcus Lawrence is more well known for casuals, so you can argue that if he has a bigger game, it might be a little bit more, I'd say, captive to an audience. But yeah, my super long shot's DeMarcus Lawrence at 100-1. But I think it's going to be pretty chalky.
Yeah, I just don't see. I mean, what's the world where it's better to say, what's the world where Sam Darnold doesn't win this?
I mean, that's why I mentioned the Lawrence with Von Miller script, because you make the argument that if he has a Peyton Manning awful Super Bowl, but the team wins and it's a defensive struggle, then maybe if Lawrence ends up with 3 sacks or something crazy because New England can't block anybody.
I don't know, man. I think it's just, I agree. I just think it's going to be really hard for them to be like.
For the narrative alone, Darnold should win.
Darnold should get it. Yeah.
I get it. We were just thinking long shots for the sake of.
No, I agree. Do we want to do this because we just spoke it out there? I just don't really want it.
No,
I don't want to put.
We're just throwing out a fun segment here for Super Bowl MVP. So we both agree on Darnold, correct? Because we think Seattle's going to win.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're both taking chalk, but for long shot purposes, DeMarcus Lawrence at 100 to 1.
Yeah.
And
I love that Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs has shorter odds than Hunter Henry, but longer odds than Drew Lock.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Fun stuff.
And his quarterback's injured.
Correct. Fun stuff.
But
hilarious. Either way, once again, Super Bowl MVP we think is going to be pretty chalky, but for fun, flyer, you want to go Hunter Henry for jokes, or Marcus Jones if you want to go for that route. I'll go for DeMarcus Lawrence at 100 to 1. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the actual Super Bowl preview. Before we get into the or the best bets, of course, underdog. A reminder that we are brought to you by our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. So they have you covered for the big game. Choose a player, reveal whether you've unlocked a gimme pick followed by a boost builder tied to the big game. Underdog celebrating by hooking players up with bigger boosts. Just submit a boosted entry to unlock an even bigger boost on the next one, all the way up to 60%. And a reminder, if you're new to Underdog, great sign-up deal. If you go to Underdog and you sign up, play just $5, it's going to be $5 in bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They've been great this NFL season, especially on props. Check them out for the Super Bowl. They can help you out with sides, with totals, and, of course, with props. I'll mention one of the props that Rhythm does like for the upcoming game. They are fans of waiting for it to load. Ramondre Stevenson, under 14.5 carries at minus 122, which does go into our game script prediction for this game. They like Stevenson carries under 14.5. Anyway, a reminder, if you want to check them out for golf, for other sports as well, you can do so. Check out the model building process, which you can definitely make some money on with Rhythm. And if you're trying to go premium with your membership, go to the app, the Rhythm app, use the code SGPN25, and you can also get a quarter off your first month. So Rhythm, RITHMM, code SGPN25 for a quarter off your first month at Rhythm. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through our props for the Super Bowl. Time to move on into our best bets. Adam, a bit different because you have 5 picks to choose from instead of 3. What's going to be your best bet for the show?
Well, you shat all over my Kenneth Walker one. That was my favorite.
You can still take it as your best
bet.
No,
I'm not going to do that shit now.
No, do it. It's fun.
We can have a little head-to-head battle. No. Total touchbacks.
My fisticuffs are up. I'm ready to
battle. Yeah, I can't believe you did that. Like, dick. Total touchbacks under 3.5. Minus.
I want people to realize we don't just blindly agree with.
We don't. Well, not on camera, but behind closed doors, we like.
You're not supposed to say that on the air. Come on, man.
So, total touchbacks under 3.5 is probably.
I'm trying to build a dynamic.
That's here. Fine, man.
Wait, so what did you say your best bet was?
Total touchbacks under 3.5 minus 135.
My best bet. You know what? I'll go full hater mode. Give me Stephon Diggs' longest catch under 17.5. He has done nothing all postseason long. I think it's a high number. Give me the under for this one. Anyway, moving on to Underdog. A lot of choices. What do we want to recycle here?
I saw this mentioned in there. I think that we should. So here's what I think we should do. I think we should have some fun with this for our last one with markets that we can't get elsewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, the stuff that the people that are commenting like, are you guys really friends offline? Yes. Okay. Let's do. Can I interest you? Let's get some fumbles and some INTs in here. Okay.
Yeah, works for me.
Okay. So let's do Drake May.
Is it a combo or is it just fumbles?
No. So what do you want? You want to do his INT?
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, I want to ask though, do you want to just do a 3-pick or you want to go a bit bigger because it's the last episode?
I think 3 is good given only 2 of us do this show.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to do 4 as some type of Super Bowl.
No. We don't have to
do it.
We don't have to
cool.
go crazy. Okay. Let's do Diggs targets over 5.5 targets. Okay. Well, who do you like if we did targets? Stevenson?
I thought you were just going to go to Hunter Henry.
I think they might use Hooper too.
Okay. Well, you think he has a chance to win the MVP, or at
I
least
thought he had a chance to win the MVP with a free bet, but
yeah.
Like,
what I'm saying is, you think he's going to get involved? Seattle has been really bad against tight ends.
Okay, you want to do that then?
Sure.
It's 5.5. We can still do it here. It's 5.5. You want to do?
I mean, do you like it or no?
I don't hate it. Has he? I don't know how many he's done. How many has he done lately?
Let me check. Sorry, I'm just putting you on the spot.
Dude, it's
here.
fine. People, like, what else do people have to do?
That's true. It's the final football episode of the season.
It's the final football episode.
The targets have not been very good.
No, we don't want the targets. The targets is way too high.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Do you think his yards
lower?
though?
Actually, you want to do lower 5.5 targets for Hunter Henry?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Sure. Why not? All right, and then
DGen.
Oh, and then we need. Okay, and then we need one from a Seattle player.
Okay. For Seattle, I mean, do you want to do either the Walker receiving yards or receptions or the Helani longest rush lower for pure jokes?
We could do the Helani rush.
Let's get DGen with it. Sure.
Cool. We did it. Okay. So here's what we got.
What a DGen entry. Wow.
It's not that big.
No, it's just funny how he came up with this stuff.
Okay. Drake May higher 0.5 interceptions. George Helani lower 5.5 longest rush. Hunter Henry lower 5.5 targets.
What a DGen entry.
What a DGen UD. 5.11 payout. Allegedly $255 we get if we do 50, which we know is not true because we did the other night and we went to bed. We thought we had one amount and it woke up the next day and it was half that.
Yeah, Underdog kind of makes it up on the fly, so we'll see what happens. But either way, fun entry, fun season, by the way. Adam, of course, will be back once again for the NBA, NHL stuff. We'll be back again tomorrow, actually, for that kind of stuff. But any last words for a successful NFL season?
Keep watching our show and telling everybody because we're awesome. And that's all I got.
Yeah, we started, of course, the I'd say the reboot of this show for the baseball season carried over into football. I know on YouTube now we're at 900 subscribers.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. So
how many did we have when we started?
When we started, I want to say we were in like the 400s.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome! I didn't know that. That's so cool.
I want to say it basically doubled the subscriber count.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been a good season. A reminder though, check us out for the NBA NHL show tomorrow.
And MLB's coming. We'll have a lot of MLB.
Bunch of stuff for baseball too. But thank you for joining us for the NFL season. And thank you for once again stopping by. Leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Propcast on Twitter as well at the Propcast SGPN. And also don't forget to once again check our Underdog entries and check the picket that Adam does to keep track of everything. But he has the actual records on display, so all of our plays are tracked, and they've been very good. Anyway, till next time, find me on Twitter, Radio. Find him on Twitter at Rosenberg. Good luck to all of you and all of